and hear something about NFTs or cryptocurrency. I don't know everything about that, but I may take in the information and say, you know what? I know somebody who can help you with that information. I know somebody that can connect you with insurance, because I'm not getting another license. I'm not getting one more license to do anything else. So I am a carrier of information. So are you. So are you. Un momento. I know somebody that can connect. All right. Now it's official. Now it's official. All right, everyone, I want to welcome you to tonight's session. Every Tuesday night, I bring you something to help you better your best. And of course, it's going to be all stuff and no fluff. My name is Lorie Woodruff, real estate entrepreneur, success coach, author. And tonight's topic is all about credit. What are some tips to unlock an 800 credit score? And I have worked in the real estate industry for 22 years. Just 22 years, that's it. And many of you are also in the real estate industry right now. And I know a lot of you are, and I appreciate you guys signing in. So this conversation is paramount, because you got to bring this information to your community. And when I say community, it's your family, it's the people that you're connected to, and the buyers and renters that come to you needing your advice, okay? So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I want you to understand, if you are an entrepreneur, there is a group that many of us are already in. And if you were in that group already, put your one up. I know some of you are already in there. Unleash the Entrepreneur is a private Facebook group that you can connect yourself inside for free. And not only do I give out free classes every single Tuesday like this, different topics around business, credit, entrepreneurship. Inside of there, I give you extra tips and resources that you can use for your business. So if it's about content, do you need social media marketing? Do you need strategies to help your business? Is it accountability? I have some folks right now that are in their accountability sessions with me, and it's one-on-one. And that's just, there's no book on, okay, well, week one, we're doing, nah, we are getting in the trenches because they want to make at least 5 figures in the next 30 days. So that is what I do. So a lot of people are asking, are you still in real estate? I am, but I'm supporting more entrepreneurs and realtors so they can brand themselves into being online and making money online. So I really help realtors and entrepreneurs develop their brand. All right. So that's who I am. For you guys in there, if you wouldn't mind, let me know in the chat box what your industry is. What your industry is. I have some folks that are on YouTube. Hello. I've got IG going. I've got Zoom going, and I've got Wisdom going. So Wisdom is an app that you all, if you are interested in learning a little bit more about, let me know. All it is just another talk radio that you can record. All right. So these are some talks. Tonight's topic is really about, not just about credit. It's really about a mindset of why we are where we are. And if I can move some things. Hi, Connie, how are you doing? I just want to say hello to everybody. Latrice, Gwen, everybody that just jumped in. It's been 22 years, but at the same time, I started out as a loan officer. I met some of you in that space. I was a loan officer. So I'm looking at credit all the time. I'm looking at credit reports. Nothing surprised me. Nothing surprised me. So some of you, let's just say you're a real estate agent, you're sending your information into a loan officer. A loan officer has to critique that and qualify it. So I learned then what it's about, to be in front of credit. Now at that time, 2005, income, not a problem. If you all remember 2005 in the industry, we had no problem with income. 5 figures a month, 15,000, 20,000, all that was not a problem for young little Lorie. So with that, I'm shopping, I'm going places, limos. You know what? Let's not take it in the car. Let's take a limo. Stupid stuff. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that was doing stupid stuff? Rodney, you were in the industry, all right? You were doing a lot of house inspections. So there are a lot of things done, but there are a lot of things that weren't done the right way. And so when I learned 2005, I'll share this quick story with you why I'm here today. 2005 taught me a lot. The one thing I didn't do was save money. Now 2006 came around, great. I had 3 rental properties at this time. 3 rental properties. And if you know anything about that, if you don't pay, I can't pay the rent. I can't pay the mortgage, excuse me. So if a tenant is not paying their due, then unless you had that house paid in cash, or you got it like that, then it's no problem with you just stepping in saying, hey, tenant, I understand you couldn't pay, I got it. But it wasn't like that. One of my properties put me $40,000 behind because I had young tenants in there. And their credit looked fine going in there. But life happened, whatever, when they were in school, and they destroyed my property. So with that, now I'm doing very well. The market started to shift. As the market started to shift, I'm not getting as much real estate deals. So the income is shrinking. My credit was okay, but now I'm having to divvy out money from my savings. Anybody ever been here before? Or am I just talking to myself? I had to divvy out money from my savings. So now I'm looking, my money is depleting. Credit cards look really good as an offer because that looks like a second job to me. So I don't have to pay just for the minimum. And I like that. So I was pinching off of credit cards. And as you're pinching off of credit cards, what happens to your credit? Is it going up or is it going down? Exactly right. My score was going from 700 down, and it was going down. And the more debt that I was accruing, the worse it got. So I looked up years later, I had to go through a short sale. I sold 2 of the other properties just in time when the market started to shift. And if you understand a short sale, I'll explain that quickly. If you owe $1 on that property, and the market is only giving you 50 cents, then the bank is taking a short sale. They're taking a shortage. So unfortunately, I had to do a short sale on one of the properties. So for that house that I had to put $40,000 in, that one was the short sale. No money made. No money, no profit made. But during that time period, I started to learn more and more about credit. So this brings me to today in 2022, why this is such an important conversation. The mistakes that I've made, I don't want people in front of me, beside me, making those same kind of mistakes. And I'm not going to call them silly mistakes. It's just you learn as you go along in life. But because I know what I know, you know what you know, I want to at least make sure that I'm being a blessing so that that type of thing doesn't happen to you. What can you do to be preventative? What can you do so these kinds of things don't happen to you? And at that time, I sold those properties. As the income started to go down lower and lower, my lifestyle changed. And as you were living on credit cards, you have to be super careful that that is not free money. It does have to be paid back. All right. So this leads us into why we're having this talk today about credit. What are some steps that you can unlock an 800 credit score? And I think because I'm a special color, I can't quite get all the way to an 800. The highest I've seen was a 768. But it seems like, when they know what color I am, I don't know. It's like, no, let's just let her stay right there. But there are ways, of course, you can get to an 800 credit score. And I really just want to make sure that I'm helping you guys understand that this is possible. So let's get things started. Let's get it started. For those that are on Instagram, please note that you can come on over, check the link in my bio, and you can register and you can follow along with us on Zoom. All right, so come on over if you want to come over. Come on over. For those that are on Wisdom, same thing. You can check out what is going on in my link tree. in my bio, and you can register to be right inside. All right. I'm gonna make sure everybody's muted. Everybody good? All right, great. So that's my story. And there's plenty of others. And as I learned at that time, even though I began to still flip properties, I still understood I can't move without having a specific credit score. And it's very frustrating, and it gets to be very suffocating when you don't have the right score for the lender. Lenders have tightened up these days. If you notice, it's not as easy to get a credit card these days. It's not that easy. So you definitely want to make sure that you're following along to see what is it going to take to get you in the best position so that you won't have any future issues. All right. So I want you to think about this as a credit makeover. For those that love to watch HGTV, throw one up. Throw one up if you love HGTV like I do. I love makeovers. I love in 30 minutes how they can make a whole transformation and make us believe that everything happened. The real estate transaction happened. Everything happened in 30 minutes, you know, getting the wood, the carpet, the floors, all of that came over, and they staged the house and sold it in just in time and for top dollar. How about that? So I want you all to consider this as your credit makeover. Right, Alicia, you watch it, you know, when you've seen it, but it puts us in a space where we like to be away from reality, and we can actually see this could happen. Here are some tips that we can go through to help our own credit get made over, right? Some of the tips that we have, some of the things that we're going to go over today are really simple. And I really never go into anything hard. I never go into anything difficult. It's the basics that we sometimes shift and pivot from that we just don't do. So let's focus on discipline. And that's the main thing that's going to get us to that higher score. Don't be ashamed of wherever it is, but get mad at yourself and discipline yourself and understand that ain't got to stay the same. It does not have to stay where it is, all right? And for my real estate agents, before I forget, I'm gonna say this with love. I'm going to say this with love, but I want you to stop babysitting low credit score clients. I want you to stop doing that. And I want you to not make them feel it's okay, because it's not. Because the more and more that you're toting around a client that has a 550 credit score, and you know you're not going to be able to get a rental for that client. Stop wasting your time, stop leveling up their expectation like it's going to happen, and put them in a position to discipline themselves. That's it. That's on my heart, and I really just want to make sure that you know that, because you realtors are spending a lot of time out in your car, out in appointments, out on Zoom appointments like this, but you got to make sure that your time is respected. And you have to lay down, just like you have to lay down with children. These are the rules. In order for you to get this, your score has got to be this. Does that make sense? That's all. People can take it, but the more and more you say, well, let's just see if the seller will take it. Let's just see if the property manager will take your 425. You know, we can just write a letter for it. Stop that. Please stop that. Because all you're doing is babysitting that specific type of behavior, and that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Do I get an amen? Amen. All right. All right. Let's be on the same page. I wanted to get that. Our goal today, 3 things. We're going to talk about some stats on credit. It might frighten you. We're going to talk about the credit makeover process, how to unlock that score, and then I'm going to give you some tips and resources so that you can do this tonight. You can do this today. You can actually go and get the score enhancements, at least started tonight. All right. So let's look at the definition of what a makeover is all about. The definition of a makeover is a complete transformation or remodeling of something. It's the overall treatment to improve appearance or change image. It's a transformation. All right. So as you're going through the transformation, like I was going through a transformation, I had to go through that transformation where I had money, I understood lifestyle, I experienced that, but life happened. And I also had to experience God tapping on my shoulder and saying, what's more important? I need you to value something a little bit more than the Louis Vuitton. I need you to value more important than you getting with your Coach bag, getting into that limo for no reason. All right. So you have to look at it and say, all right, I was supposed to go through that transformation, and everything can change in a matter of minutes when you get with the right person. So here's some realities I want to give you guys. The overall, it may hurt a little bit, but these are the things that make us get better, right? These are the things that make us get better. The overall personal debt in the US is $14.9 trillion. Can we say we're already in debt? Can we say we're already in debt? We can't do anything else at this point. All right. The average household debt is close to $58,604. So that means credit cards, car loans, credit cards. That doesn't include mortgages. So think about it. The average household debt is close to $59,000. This is double. And as we get into where we are now with inflation and you're dealing with expensive everything, you have a lot of people who are living on credit cards like I was. And that's a dangerous combination. 34.8% of Americans have a credit score between 580 and 669. 34% of Americans have a credit score between 580 and 669. A poor score, guys, is actually considered 620 and below. A poor score is considered 620 and below. All right, let's keep it moving. I'm just spitting the facts. Average credit card balance is $5,200. That sounds low, but that sounds about right. Nearly 11% of Americans have a 500 credit score or below. 11%. Average credit score is 716. The average credit score is 716. The age range between 56 and 74 is typically that range where individuals carry a 739 credit score, average. 56 to 74 is the average. And you understand, of course, as we get older, we typically get better. We're supposed to get better. So we understand a little bit more about money as we get older. Millennials, I saw on the chart, was around a 660 was average, millennials. Average income that falls between 50 and 75,000, the average credit score is about 736. The average income between 50 and 75,000, you will find that that credit score on average is 736. Let's keep it going. Are you guys mad, or does this pretty much feel like, yeah, that sounds about right? That sounds about right. 22% of Americans have a credit score over 800. Only 22%, only 22%. So for those realtors who were saying, I only want to work with people who have an 800 credit score, good luck, because they're not there like that. There's 22% of Americans, not just Maryland, not just DC or Virginia, 22% of Americans have a credit score over 800. That was the reason why I started getting into the niche back in 2010 and 11, that I'm only working with less than perfect credit clients. You guys remember? When I first came out with credit education, I had to, because this percentage, I knew that. I had to realize there are more less than perfect credit people out there than people who already had a 700 or 800 credit score. So I had to figure something out. What can I do to help the average person who may not know how to get it up and to get into properties? You can help way more people when you get into that niche than just focusing on, I just want to deal with 800 credit scores. All right, you got to look at the numbers. 54% of adults never check their credit report, and I do know that to be true. And most of the time, they only check it is when they're going into Oarsman, Honda or the BMW dealership to check to see if they can get that car, right? You want to see, I got it for a reason, or they're about to apply for something. Let's keep it moving. So all of these stats here are why we have to do the things we do in our business. You have to figure out in your business, what are you going to specialize in? You got to figure it out, because it's not just about, am I working with buyers that have a high credit score? You see the stats, you see the numbers are not in your favor. So you can't just work in that posture. If you did work with people who have less than perfect credit, you'd get way more clients. You'd get way more and build them up, as we're talking today, so that they can purchase or rent a home with you. All right. So let's think about how many people don't have their personal and financial affairs in order. How many people do you know that have less than perfect credit? All right. It's like a halo could be over my head back in 2008 and said 500 credit score. Because if that was the case, I would be discriminated against if I had a halo that said 500 is her score. The guys will probably still pick me up. They don't care. But the lenders are like, kick rocks, Miss Woodruff, get out of here. There's nothing we can do for you. Okay. My friends didn't care because they probably had halos just like me. So at the same time, I got to figure out how many people are out there that have that less than perfect credit. How many don't check their own credit, and how many have debt and no idea how to pay it. A lot of it at that time, and I'm just referring back to me because I want you to understand I'm not perfect. I'm not walking into this conversation saying I know better than anyone else. I had to go through that ish. I had to go through that. So this is the perfect segue on why this is important for me. Now, I also coach individuals on how to make more money. Don't you think that that's important as well? Because if there was more money coming in the household, then a lot of these debt issues won't even be an issue, right? If you're making just enough to pay the bills, Peter, robbing Peter to pay Paul, here you go, oh gosh, this one's due again, you can't move forward. But if you've got another stream of income coming in, that can take care of the student loans. That stream of income can take care of childcare. This stream of income can take care of just the food in the household. You got me? So those are conversations that I proudly have with entrepreneurs every day on what kinds of things can come to your bank account with the knowledge that you already know. How many of you have not been able to start a business or continue in your business to get funding because of poor credit? Right? Or if you're working with someone that can't purchase or rent. So we already know how many realtors I have out here on IG. I've got quite a few realtors that follow me and I follow them. And everyone can't be in the car. It may take months before you get someone from a 620 conversation up and ready at a 680 so that they can actually be ready. That could take months. So let me know. Let's have a side conversation and say, Lorie, in the meantime, I need to work on some other income strategies while I'm waiting for my clients to pull their credit score up, okay? So just wanted to invite you to that, because that is a 15-minute conversation with me. I guarantee you, you will walk out of there with something new. And check out, I did put the video out yesterday, or it actually came out today, 10 ways to make money. 10 ways to make money. So if you got that video today, great. If not, it's on my YouTube page, and there are 10 ways, I'm telling you right there, that you can do at home. Just trying to bring some more money in the household, all right? So think about these things that we talk about, the deficit of things, the credit education, should they have that? And that's all from a lack of financial education. So you can't say, I didn't know. I didn't know. You know now. You now know. And I want this to be a open, sexy conversation. When you're going through a makeover, you should be excited. So here we go. Let's talk about what are the credit scores. I think we're all at this point where we know what it is. It is a history of your payment history. That's it. It's a reflection of your past payment history. And it gives you, just like when you look at a resume, That employer is taking a look to see where you've worked, how long you've been there. Let me check these references to see if he or she is crazy. Did they do the job? Did they leave on good terms? Your credit history speaks the same way, doesn't it? So we got to make sure that anyone who looks at the credit can't discriminate us based upon inaccurate information. The scores range from 300 to 850. Let's make sure we stay away from the 300 side. All right. So how many of us suffer from low credit self-esteem? You're afraid to apply for credit. I've been there. I've seen it. I was working with a client before, and for months, we were working on her credit. We were working on it, and I said, I looked at your credit and I think you're ready. No, I don't think, Lorie, I'm ready. I said, but you just told me what updates you did. You paid this down. You got this deleted. Like, it's time. And because she was so afraid and reluctant, she didn't know, but I pushed her to say, look, go ahead and get it. When the loan officer pulled her credit report, she was at a 670. So for a lot of times, we are so afraid because we don't want to look at the truth that we just, I'm gonna put it aside, I'll get back to it, and we don't know. We can't do that. So don't be afraid to look at your credit. You're accepting bad treatment because of that. So it is used to someone saying, I'm sorry. All right, you'll get the letter in the mail, right? When it came down to me getting my very first car, I thought just because it's my first car, I could go in the dealership by myself and get the damn car myself. It was a whole episode of me being in that dealership. I should have just worked there because I was there almost half the day. And I didn't understand at that age of 19, 20 years old, I'm getting my first car. Let's do this. I didn't understand that the couple of late payments I had on my Discover card back then was going to cause me some issues, or the fact that I didn't have much credit to begin with. So those types of things, when you are entering to a situation when somebody hurts you with bad news, I fully understand why you don't want to go back to something that hurts. But you've got to understand, everybody in the chat box, from this point going forward, I need you to take control of your credit. It is not the other way around. I'm taking control. I'm taking control. That is all you need to keep saying and reminding yourself, I'm taking control. Because if you allow the creditors to take control, then this bad treatment will continue to keep happening. Everything is more expensive when we have bad credit. Interest rates are higher. Security deposits are definitely higher. We've seen that. So we don't want to be on that swing of, hey, we can get you into this house, but you're going to have to pay 2 months security deposit instead of 1. Hey, we can get your service started with BG&E, but you're going to have to put a $500 deposit down. Why do I know this? So it's more expensive. Okay, car insurance. Let's get you approved and get you into the insurance that you want. So you're thinking when that rep puts you on hold, that they're checking policies. No, they're checking our credit. They're checking our credit. So that could make a difference between you paying $150 a month versus $350 a month on your premium. Everything is attached to credit. Have you ever tried to rent a car? Renting a car, checking your credit. Utilities, checking your credit. Getting a job, checking your credit. Keeping your job, you have a security clearance, checking your credit. So about 70% of employers, not only are they just getting the background check on us, they're using that to determine if they want to hire you. So you may be thinking, why the hell did I submit 52 applications and no one hired me? Could be because of the credit. It could be because of the credit. I don't know. So don't put more things in the way of what it could be. Most credit reports have issues on them. 80% of them have errors on them. And this is the part that I want you guys to get pissed off about. Because 80% of all credit reports have errors on them, you let that slide. You let that slide because you're like, oh, the credit bureau put that on there. Who's in control? Who's in control? You, or are you letting the other person go up? You guys hear me okay? Can you hear me now? You guys hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're clear.
Perfect. Thank you. IG said he couldn't hear me. I think that's his phone. He must have an iPhone. Can't hear. All right, so let's not look at who's to blame. Remember, it's our credit. It's us. So we can't blame ourselves. We can't talk about, we'll see what happened was my aunt did this and then this happened. And then we'll see what happened was my boyfriend put the car in his name. It's your credit. I say don't put anything in anybody's name. So you are the only one to take control of everything. So we're big boys, we're big girls. Let's talk about what are some solutions that we can hurry up and get this done. We're not going to get this 80% issue taken care of. There's not going to be an issue anymore. Here are the 3 ways that the credit agencies abuse us. This is the main reason why we have to be in control, because they're spitting out 80% errors. And it's not our fault. It's not our fault. Credit bureaus are not government agencies, and I'll talk about that in a second. They're just private companies that report information. So it's like me gossiping about Rodney. Hey, did you know Rodney, he likes to wear white shoes after Labor Day? That's a rumor. It's nothing verified to be true. It's nothing verified to be true. It's just hearsay. So if Capital One decides to put $300 is what's owed on your bill, and that's not what you really owe, you have every right to dispute that. And I'm going to show you how to do that, because who's in control? So you got 3 things, 3 ways that the credit bureaus abuse you. 1, you've got inaccurate information that is not even verified by the credit reporting agency. Okay, it can't even be verified. It's just not, it's not right. Erroneous information, any errors, people make mistakes. You got somebody popping gum, making a mistake where my name is spelled L-O-R-I-E. This chick put in L-A-U-R-I-E. That's wrong. That's not my name. That's not my name. Okay, so errors happen. So obsolete information is anything beyond industry standard. So if I had a bankruptcy on my report 10 years ago, that joker should be coming off. If you have inquiries 2 years ago, they should be coming off. So old information, right? Tamara, this was my jam. This was my jam. So let's see, what are we going to do about it? Are we just going to stick our head in the sand and just say, well, whatever, I'll get to it whenever? I want you all to understand you're in full control. And if you know that you can get into the 700, the 800 club, and you can get whatever you want, pay less money, less BS, then we got to figure out how that's going to happen. Your clients deserve to do the same thing. So let's talk about what are we going to do to take action. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is what backs us to have rights, and not many people know that we have these rights. And not that we got to go through the entire book, but here's what it said in a nutshell. The Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1971 was passed by Congress with the intention to regulate the reporting agencies, bureaus, as y'all call it, and promote the accuracy of information in the reports. So the act spelled out all the rules and regulations that the credit reporting agencies had to follow before they added anything to a credit report. Anything. Everything about you has to be accurate and verified before it is entered on your credit report. Rodney, did Capital One give you a call and say, well, hey, we're putting this balance on your credit report. Are you okay with it? Alicia, did
No,
this,
not at all.
they don't call you. Alicia, did the student loan company call and say, well, we're putting this balance on your report. Is that okay? You gotta understand your rights are there. And if that's not what it is, then you have to push the bureaus, agencies in order to do what they are supposed to do. So here we go. Here are the tips that you probably just didn't know. Credit bureaus, AKA agencies, are privately held companies. They're not anything related to government. They're not. So it's a building down the street that's collecting data on me and you. So if Capital One, I'm just using Capital One as an example, if Capital One wanted to place $300 on Rodney's report, they can do that. The agencies, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, they're not verifying the information. They're not verifying it. They're just saying 300 bucks, Rodney, okay, got it. We're putting it on there. Nobody's verifying if it's true. And then when you look at your report 6 months later, you're like, why is this on here? I paid this off 8 months ago because you never checked your credit report. So I'm going to give you a link where you can get a copy of your credit report for $1. So for those that are worried about, I need to see my score, don't worry, I got you. For $1, I'm going to make sure that you get what you need, a legible credit report. So let's get back to these credit agencies, these suckers right here. So they don't verify information that's placed on the report. They would opt to pay fines every single year instead of updating our credit reports the right way. You hear about these leaks that come out. They'd rather pay fines than update the credit reports correctly. Why? Because they don't make money correcting our reports. They make money selling our files. They make money selling it to big industries, big businesses out there. Got it? So now that you know what you know, you should be like, hold on. So what you're saying is these mother pluckities agencies, they're just a pass-through company? So they really don't do anything for me? No, they don't. They don't do anything for us. They're not for us. They're not for us. So we have to take control. The reason why people don't take control is because they think the opposite. They just assume whatever's on my credit report, oh, it's got to stay. Or I just have to deal with it. I don't know how to get it off. I'm going to show you how to get it off. All right? 3 things you want to start doing to get that makeover done today. 1, you're going to get a copy of the credit report. And let me put it in here now. In my bio is the link that you guys can get the credit report from. I'm gonna put it right on in here to keep it real simple for you. And you can copy it and just put it in your browser for now. In here, you're gonna be, and I'll show you how to get the information off of there. Don't worry, I got you, IG. All right, I'm not gonna leave anybody out. Okay, so you got the link. That is my link. Just browse down so that you can get the credit report. Okay, don't be scared. It's $1. $1. Then I want you to print that report out. I want you to print that report out. Get a highlighter, and I want you to look at everything on that report. It's now the middle of the week. So can you do this before Friday? Yes, you can. You can. So I want you to highlight all the negative activity that's on there. If your name is spelled wrong, if you've got inquiries on there, if you've got inquiries and you never got the loan, highlight that. Okay. If you've got, let's say, 5 different inquiries from an auto loan company and you never got one car, please put that on there. Highlight that because that needs to be disputed. All right, if you had a late payment from 2021, because you forgot to make that payment, highlight that. Repossession from 3 years ago, you know, that story. See, what happened was, it really wasn't my fault. I did this, highlight it. No stories needed, just you're in control, okay? You're in control. Everything causing you stress, write it, highlight it, all right? Then we're gonna show you how to go through this process of disputing your own report, because this is what the agencies don't want you to do. So you have to be able to challenge every single thing that's on there, even the inquiries, even that address that you never lived at, even your name that's misspelled wrong. Everything is affecting your score. Remember, 80% of your report has errors on it. You probably will find 1 or 2 that's on your report. All right, so let's do this easy way or the hard way. Here are some tips right here. Here are some free sites that I want you to go to tonight. Copy these, bit.ly. You guys got to be over here so you can see these links. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it on the replay video. bit.ly/myexperience bit.ly, spell it just like that. My Experience Boost is going to be one of those sites that's going to reward you for paying utilities. Verizon, Netflix, all of these things that you need that you wouldn't see traditionally on your credit report. These are what they call non-traditional credit items. All right, so you can raise your score, and this goes Experience Boost, of course, is through Experian, but you are allowed to raise your credit score for free. So I'm giving you some things that you can start doing right now to help boost it. When I'm on the phone with clients to help them improve their score, this is one of the things that I'm showing them how to do for free. So get credit for the bills that you already pay, like your utilities, video streaming, and now rent. Now rent is on there, so that's major. So I've seen my credit score bump up because my Verizon is on here. When I had Navy Federal secured card, that was picking it up. So what it's doing is it's picking up, connect your bank account that you use to pay your bill. And it's pulling that information from your bank statements because it sees what you pay on a regular basis. Y'all don't put stuff on there if you know you have late payments on your Verizon. Don't do that. But if you know, yo, I've been paying my Verizon forever, I want credit for it, do this. Do this, all right? So I'm gonna put that, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. I know it's long, but sorry. But I gave you the short link. I gave you the short link. I just made it shorter. bit.ly/myexperience It works. Okay, does anybody have any questions about Experience Boost? At least they tried. At least they're trying to give us some credit. Okay, let's move on. How many people do you know pay rent that they don't traditionally get credit for? So rentalkarma.com, not creditkarma.com, rentalkarma.com. Use my promo code so you can get a percentage off. The promo code is exchange 1011. So rentalkarma.com allows people who are paying rent to get credit, and it backdates it up to 2 years. So let's say you've been living in an apartment for the last 2 years. Traditionally, that lease payment is not recorded on your credit unless it's a judgment. You can get in touch with Rental Karma. They are a party that's going to call up the apartment or the landlord or your mother, whoever you live with, and say, I see that Ozzy has been renting from you for the last 2 years. Can you please verify how much she's been paying? $1,500, got it. And has she ever been over 30 days late? Got it. All this is filled out online. And they give you credit for not being late 30 days, not 5. What's the traditional days that you're late with apartment complexes? 5 days,
15.
15 days. All right, then you get the letters on your door, the colorful ones. So if someone's moving, oh, it's you. All right, we don't want those. So Rental Karma is going to give you credit for your rental payments, and they stretch it back to 2 years. So imagine Ozzy's been paying rent for 2 years for $1,500, never been over 30 days late. That now is going to be a trade line on her credit report. So now it's going to retro back 2 years, like it's been on her credit report for 2 years. So now that's going to boost Ozzy's credit score up in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Why? Because it's as if that trade line has been there for 2 years. So for those that are looking to get into that next level of home ownership, the loan officer probably will require a rental history anyway. So you're helping them with 2 things. One, the rental history is already on my credit report, and my credit just increased maybe 40 points simply because I added this trade line. Use this, please share this in your community, rentalkarma.com. Use the promo code exchange 1011 so that you don't have to pay full price. Got it? I've used it. It helped my credit score go up 40 points. Like these are quick triggers to move your score up. And there's a monthly fee involved with it. I think it's like $6 a month in order to maintain it. So just imagine you were about to purchase a home. Let me pick on somebody else, okay? Let's say Latrice is about to purchase her home in December. December is right around the corner. She's getting ready right now to get ready to purchase her home. If rental payments can be credited for her and it can boost her credit score, she would want to do that now and keep running that service month to month until she closes in December. Does that make sense? Because now, not only did she retro back the 2-year history, so that's on her credit report, Rental Karma is still going to be calling every month. Is she good? October, November. Is she good? Did she pay her rent? Got it. December, they're going to check again. Hey, did she just wanted to make sure, this is Rental Karma, just wanted to make sure that Latrice has paid her rent on time. Yes, 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 she's going to do that. So do that all the way up, Latrice, until you are in the home. Then you don't need Rental Karma anymore. It's a temporary Band-Aid so that you can get your credit score up. Got it? You can manipulate your credit report by adding this on here. And I say manipulate in a good way. You're adding this trade line on. So use the promo code exchange 1011 and you get some percentages off. When I got into my home, I no longer needed it because I'm already in my home. I didn't need to keep boosting my credit just because of that. But when somebody you know, I'm talking to my realtors, when someone you know is about to get into a property, you definitely want to make sure that you encourage them to go to this website. Hey, have you added your rental history to your credit report? And if they say no, share this with them. Deal? Okay, y'all take this back in your community. Take it back to the community. All right, so let's keep it moving. I'm giving you some free ways to boost your credit score in the next 30 days. 1, we talked about Experian Boost. 2, we talked about Rental Karma. 3, let's talk about being an authorized user on a credit card. If some of you are, and it goes on both sides, there's 2 different ways here. Let's just say I have a daughter that is 25 years old, and she's just getting out into the world of adulthood. If I have a credit card that I know I don't use much, my credit history has been polished, I can add my daughter onto my credit card and she can be an authorized user. That allows her to ride the good benefits of my great credit history. As long as I'm paying my bills on time, my daughter gets the benefit, and her credit report looks amazing in her early 20s because mom has taken her and put her as an authorized user. Many of you have great credit already, and you can help your children, your spouse, build their credit up just by adding, call them up, call the credit card company up, say, I gotta add my daughter. Gotta add my husband. Gotta add my cousin. Okay? And if they understand what you're doing, they will thank you for it. If they don't understand it, they still need a little bit more education. Give them some information about how an authorized user is a great thing for them, because you're helping them build their own credit. Okay? Let's keep it moving. Now, let's say on the other side, let's say my daughter has awful credit. Let's look at the flip side. Let's say she has awful credit. And she's like, look, I'm cleaning my credit up, Mom, and I need some help. Can you please add me to your credit card so that I can be an authorized user? I need as much positive trade lines as possible as I'm cleaning up my credit. It's not affecting me. She's not getting access to my credit card. She doesn't have access to go shopping. So do that for the ones that you love and add them on so they can get their credit together. Life happens. But if you are in a position where you can help someone, add them. And then when they got themselves together, take them off. Or if they owe you money, I'm sorry, take it off. Easy come, easy go. Okay, it's a benefit. It's a benefit. All right. I don't have to put you on as an authorized user. All right. The other company that I work with, I'm partnered with a company called Streamline Supply. They will do that same exchange for you. So you want to look at bit.ly/Streamline Supply. Let me show you. We did this, 2-3 weeks ago. We went through this. For those that don't have the good mama, the good auntie to do that favor for them, Streamline Supply is a reputable company that will have trade lines that you can buy. Okay, you can't do it for free with your family members, but you can go on here and you can actually buy them. Before you do this, let's have a 15-minute consultation to even see if that is even necessary for you. Deal? Free consultation, because I don't want you buying something where there could be some other trade secrets that you can do instead of buying a trade line. It's kind of like the last thing I really want you to do. But I just want you to know that those things are there if you're trying to build credit. Where are my business owners out here? Put a one up in the chat. Where are my business owners out here? I want to talk to you for a second. There's a strategy involved. There's a strategy involved with getting trade lines. Hey, Latrice. All right, Juanita. I know there's more. I see you. Good. It's a strategy involved if you're looking to build your personal credit up, because you've got to have a sexy credit profile for your credit, personal, before you can get business credit. So these are two, remember, personal, business. The business world can't survive without you. So there will be times that you will need to be a personal guarantee for these business loans and business credit cards. So your first couple of runs, you better make sure that your personal credit score is up to date, is over 680, all right? So that you won't have any issues with getting a yes with favorable terms. Hey, Gwen, thank you. So make sure that your credit profile, your personal credit profile is in great condition, business owners. This is all you got, because a lot of times they're going to be looking at that and your business revenue to evaluate you. And sometimes, even if your credit is not the best, it's okay. You still have the revenue, but you will have better terms if your credit score is over 680. Over 680. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's talk about another trade line. Some other ways you can boost in the next 30 days. You ready? Ways to boost your credit score in the next 30 days. Here we go. We're almost finished. Get a secured loan or credit card with your bank. You may think this sucks and you're like, I don't want that. This is a great way of building your credit in a short period of time. So I belong with Navy Federal, and they have secured loans. And it's weird how they do it. So let's just say I wanted to get a $1,000 secured loan. They'll let you know what you're approved for. So if it's a $1,000, then that means I'm depositing $1,000 into the bank. All right, my money. It's secured by my money. So, and they're basically securing a loan, collateralizing the loan, I guess, with my money. So I got a loan for $1,000 and I'm paying it back with the $1,000. Okay, so I'm paying it back when the note is due with the $1,000 in there. So however your bank works it out, ask about this. It's certainly a really great thing to do that you can do tomorrow because you're using your own money. All right, so just see which option that your bank has. The other thing you can do to really quickly get your scores in a good position is pay down the damn balance. Remember, we're living on credit cards, right? We're living on it. I know, I understand, we love them. And it's so easy just to pay $60 to get your hair done. $60 real quick to go on Amazon. That stuff adds up. So let's have another discussion about what are ways that I can bring some extra money in so I don't have to keep relying on the credit card. I paid down a $7,000 credit card down to, I think it was like $1,400. My score immediately went up about 60 points. I'm like, damn, 60 points. That took me over 700, great. And that happened just in a matter of a payment. So again, when you're talking to people about credit, sometimes it's not so much about bad credit. It could just be pay some stuff down. Just pay some stuff down, that's it, okay? And my last thing I gotta say about ways you can boost your own credit. I know it doesn't belong in here, but it belongs. Don't co-sign for anyone. Say it in the back. Say it in the back. I don't care what sob story they come to you and say, well, do you mind if you can co-sign for this car? No, I'm sorry, I'm not in position to do that. You got to preserve your sexy credit score. Do you understand how hard it is to get your credit where it is? And then when somebody comes in recklessly, if they couldn't get a loan, why are you co-signing for them? Why would you co-sign for someone who can't get a loan? This is when you got to separate personal feelings from reality, because if somebody busses up your credit, when is that going to come back up? When? Because their situation is going to carry on from 2 years ago, I couldn't get it because, to now, well, we'll see what happened was, and now you're left with a car that just got repossessed because they were supposed to make the payments. Don't co-sign. I don't care if you sleep with this person, if you're in love with this person, that's your baby daddy, baby mama, it's your auntie. Don't do it. Even if it's your kids, say no. Here's a way that I can help you get that car, or here's a way that I can help you get the money for that, but do not co-sign. And if you've already done it, God bless you. I'm sorry, but you have got to make sure that you are in position to pay that note if they don't. Just think about it. You came to me, not with great credit. You came to me with see what happened was, I only needed for this a little bit of time. See what happened was they were supposed to, but I didn't. You heard all that and you were like, okay, let's go down to Navy Federal and let me put you on. Let me get the loan in my name. You better say no. You better say no. All right. All right, good. We're on the same page. I know somebody has done it already, and again, I say I'm sorry. But we got to have conversations now to help them. We're not going to pacify these kind of situations anymore. If someone is coming to you and you know they have bad credit, hey, let me help you work on that. Hey, let's work on some ways that we can get you some income. Let them call me. But we're not going to co-sign for no more. No more. If your score, your credit is precious. You've worked hard for it. And if this is your only way of staying in business or getting stuff, you can't jeopardize that by having somebody else on your credit report. So let's just say Gwen has a car that she she got in her name for her granddaughter. All right, Gwen, I'm not picking on you, I'm just throwing a name out there. Gwen went to the dealership, signed for this car, this $32,000 car. Now it's on Gwen's credit report. The payment is $450 a month because Gwen's got great credit. All right, so got it. So let's just say granddaughter goes out of the country and she forgets to make a payment. Grandma, I forgot to make a payment. Can you pay this one time for me? Or here's another one. Grandma, I got laid off and I'm not going to be able to make the payment this month. Can you help me out? So now all that responsibility is on you. Or how about when Gwen is looking to get financing, she wants to refinance her house or she wants to get a car. What is the bank going to do? Well, we see that you already have a car on here, Miss Gwen, and it's $450. So your debt to income ratio is high. So we're not going to be able to get you. Oh, no. Loan officer, look, that's not my car. I co-signed for my daughter, my granddaughter. So that's not really my payment. So what they see is what they see. So you can't explain that. So now they're going to be like, well, let's see what proof you have. What proof do you have that that's not coming out of your account? And because you were so nice, you and your granddaughter had a joint bank account, and that's how she makes her payment. So it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good on paper because now it looks like these payments are coming from your account, even though you and your granddaughter's name were on the same bank account because you thought that that was the right thing to do for her. That's not helping Gwen when she's trying to get ahead in life. Refinance, get another car, get a house, anything. So you got it. I think you got the point. Say no. And if you are the soft-hearted person in your family, call me up because I'll be on the mic and I'm like, look, Precious, this is not what Gwen needs to do in her credit profile. Call me. I have no problem making that call. All right. I'll be the mediator. Precious won't need that loan no more. She won't need it no more. All right. Is everyone good? Are we good up to date? Are we co-signing for anybody? Even if they come to you with the saddest story. That's how you keep your credit intact. Okay. No. It's a no with a smile. That's right. No, ma'am. I'm sorry, I'm not able to do that, but I can help you improve your credit. And that's what I'm here for. Point that Lorie Woodruff is her name, and she can help you get the credit that you need. I talk to people on a weekly basis, and I'm partnered with a lot. Winston, no way. I'm partnered with quite a few realtors, and they have me talk to their audience, their buyers, right? So when I'm on a webinar with their buyers, they don't have any other choice but to either sit there with their credit like that or buy my ebook so they can get things started. Out of 25 people, guess how many have actually initiated to fix their credit? Just take a wild guess. Out of 25, this is in the Maryland, Baltimore area, 25, guess how many actually started their journey? Y'all are close. One. The rest of them, stuff happens. All I'm here, I'm just checking up on. I'm like, how's everything going, Tori? How's everything going, Michael? You know, oh, we'll see. I'm gonna call you back. Okay, no problem. I'll be waiting by the phone, Michael. Well, stuff happens. Stuff happened in life. I get that. Not Gwen, you're giving them way too much credit. Stuff happens in life. Out of 25 individuals that I spoke to, they all got my link so that they can work on their credit. It was a do-it-yourself version. I didn't say it was $1,000. I didn't say it was $750. I said it was $50. $50 for them to get the do-it-yourself guide. One person is on their way. So one person is working on their credit to purchase a home. Do I care? I do care because it bothers me that that kind of information is just out of it. Okay, let me show you some folks that actually went through this process not too long ago. Not too long ago. And I'm gonna show you my favorite one that makes me smile. Here are some of the testimonies of those that have actually gone through the do-it-yourself guide. And I'll give you that link. So if you are interested in taking it back to your community so that we can go over the steps and what's included in that, then I got you in a few minutes. So we're almost wrapping things up. One person had said, Mr. Briscoe had said, I started to clean my credit in hopes of purchasing a new home and to become more financially stable. Good. There has been a combination of 30 accounts deleted from my credit report with the first round of dispute letters. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. And it wasn't difficult at all. I know I saved money instead of going to a credit repair company. Boom. Yes, because these credit repair companies are at least $1,000 or more, whatever they want to do. And when you go to credit repair companies, you have no clue what they're doing. You trust. Well, they said they were doing this and this. You don't know. You just give them money. Here, I hope it works. Please, it works. I need that car. I want to put you in control so you know what the hell is going on. All right, Miss Hogan. I was hoping to buy a home. You can take a look at the screen here. I was hoping to buy a home and my credit score was embarrassing, she said. The times of getting a mortgage with scores lower than 600 is out the door. With the first round of dispute letters I sent, my scores increased 72 points. And this year, I'm moving back towards homeownership again. Thank you, Lorie, for your credit education. I appreciate you for allowing me to have options. I love it. These were real people, y'all. And here's one, because I can fully relate to this. Brandon had said, I was in the process of purchasing a new car and the finance department informed me that my credit score was 550. I fixed my credit. If I fixed my credit and waited a few months, I could be afforded a lower down payment and a single-digit interest rate, right? So with much skeptic, I was reluctant to enroll in credit repair. I did it and it only took 2 months to see a 100-point increase on my scores. Not only did I purchase my dream car, I'm saving money on other services as a result of my better credit now. So I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. 100 points? 100 points. And I'm gonna share with you what happened with my journey as well after I get this one. This one was my favorite, all right? I wasn't the real estate agent on this deal, but they came to me and I was working with this young lady. She's a senior. She's actually a senior and she wanted to rent. So I was just helping the realtor with her client, just look for a rental. So here she goes. I was in the market of looking at rental homes. My credit score had old and negative accounts on it. I reached out to Lorie to improve my odds of a stronger rental application. Rental was all she was looking for. Just remember that. Within the first 30 days of credit dispute process, I noticed a huge jump from 574 to a 693 credit score. That's a big deal. A bankruptcy, judgment, and a collection were deleted. Guys, that's a lot of weight on that credit report, okay? That's over 120 points. That was an increase on her score in 30 days. So I'm now about to close on my first new home. Yes, a purchase. No longer did I have to rent. Thanks to the do-it-yourself program, you created a new life for my family, and I say thank you. I walked into her home, and she was so proud. Let me get real close to y'all for a second. I remember when she asked me to come to her housewarming. And when she asked me to come to her housewarming, it was over in Temple Hills. And I'm like, she had all the food out, because you know how we do. And she was touring around the whole house. She was like, Lorie, come over here, take a look at the backyard. And doing so proud. all because she had no clue that she could. You got to give hope to individuals. And when you give hope to individuals, they can do just about anything. This woman was 60 years old buying her first home. First home, all right? And that was the kind of stories that I like to listen to. And that is what keeps me going so I can keep people in front of solutions. So let me show you what's inside of that dispute process, because I want you to see if that's something that you need or your clients need, or that auntie that's coming to you with that story. Well, see, what happened was, I just need you to co-sign this one time. I want you to see what it looks like inside of it. Okay, you guys want to see? The dispute letters are already done. So when you go to the website, I think I got it up here. When you go to my Linktree account, I want you to click on Start Your Do-It-Yourself Credit Process. This is what's going to come up, 2 buttons. One is going to get your credit report. Step 1 is to get your credit report. Remember, get that, print it out, email it to me if you like, look, Laura, I need your help with dissecting what the hell is on here. Email it to me. You can download the PDF, make an appointment with me, send that to me in advance so I can look at it. All right, because sometimes we get overwhelmed. So let me help you with that. So step 1, get the credit report. Step 2 is getting to the actual process of ordering the credit book. And that's when you get to this step. Hold on a second, sorry. That's when you get to this page. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only $50. What you get in there, I want to show you a sample of what the dispute letter looks like. What the letter looks like, all right? I've done the majority of the work for you. So now that you've got the credit report already laid out, you want to fill in the top part. Your name is not Mickey Mouse, so you want to fill in today's date, your name, your address, your date of birth, and your social. I've already put in Experience hotline information. Their addresses are there. To whom it may concern, I am disturbed looking at my credit report. I see so much inaccurate information. I'm going in on them because I don't want them to feel like this is a situation of just taken lightly. So I'm quoting codes and sections. You're required by federal law to verify through the physical verification. All this law talk is in here. So here, I demand the following accounts to be verified or removed immediately. Everything that you had copied on your credit report, I just want you to copy that. This is a Word document that you're going to get. This is a Word document that you're going to get, part of the $50. That's it. And you can use this over and over and over and over again. You are now in control, where you're not being charged thousands of dollars and wonder where my process is. I wonder what's going on with that collection. I wonder if they're able to take that judgment off. You've got the control to do this for a lifetime. When I did this to get my bankruptcy taken off, it took me 2 months. Last year, and if you look at my Facebook page, this was actually the anniversary of me talking about myself. That was me. If you look on my personal Facebook page, that was me. I got a bankruptcy removed from Experian after 2 months. So August, I sent this dispute letter. They didn't remove it. September last year, they deleted it. All it is pressure. All it is pressure. Remember, through the Fair Credit Reporting Act, what has to happen? That information has to be verified by the credit agency. Typically, this information is not verified. So you are pushing them to do their job. Hey, verify enhanced. Hey, verify this. Hey, look at Bay receivables. You're telling them, hey, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, verify this because you didn't do it before. Got it? So do it as many times as you need to. I don't care, whatever it is, if it's a late payment, put it on here, and you know that you were late, put it on here anyway. I've had people with student loans get the late payments removed. And the reason for that is the credit bureaus have 30 days to verify this information. So let's just say you sent your letters out at the top of October. If you sent that letter out to Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, you need to wait 30 days, log it in your phone, and just put it on your calendar, October 30th, wait for them damn letters. Wait for my response letters because they should be coming in the mail. Okay, so here's how the process goes. Everything negative that you have, please put it on here. Just type it out, put the account number on here, and leave the information or have it as applicable as possible. Validate it, and please remove it from my credit report. Validate it. I just put that on there, okay? I don't like it online. No, because you're not quoting anything. I'm quoting something specific up here. I'm quoting the law. You're not quoting anything online. So you want to do these things by paper. All right. So do these by paper. They want you to do the online process to make you feel like you're doing something, but that's not always the best for you. You're in control. Watch, just follow my lead. It's gonna work out. Now, is this gonna work the first time? If I send these 4 accounts out October 1st and October 30th, by October 30th, by law, they have to respond back to you. If they don't, by law, those items need to be deleted. They're getting pretty quick. So usually within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be getting some responses back from the Bureau saying, we checked all of these accounts and 2 out of 4 of them we actually deleted. How would you feel about that? If 2 out of the 4 negative items were off your back now? Yes, it was a good question. I would be good with that. But I'm going to go back the next month. I'm going to go back to my computer. Whatever 2 things weren't taken off, I'm going to go back on my computer, pull this up, update my date up here. All right, send this same letter, and the last 2 things that weren't removed, I'm going to put them on the letter, and I'm going to go to the mailbox one more time. So this is your ticket to push the credit bureaus to do what they're supposed to do. Don't wait for them. Don't wait and say, well, it's supposed to come off. You're in control. And the longer that these things sit on someone's credit report, the lower the score gets. And the more avoidance of, oh, it's still on there. It's supposed to come off, or they were supposed to take it off. Push them to do that. Now, I'm gonna tell you one secret. Collections and companies that have gone out of business are typically the first to come off first with no problem. I got collections taken off even though I had a balance. Even though I had a balance, they came off because it's just too many collection companies. That's a whole nother conversation. It's just too many of them. So if you have collections and you know, let's just say 4 of these, all of these were collections, you have a better chance of getting those collections deleted in your first and second round. Okay, so give it a shot. Even though, here's the trick, and I know I'm online, so I have to be very careful with what I say, but I need you to watch me. If you owe $500 to Bay Area collection company, right? If you owe $500, realize they got that, they bought that debt from some other company. Let's say they bought it from Verizon, okay? Verizon is a corporation. And if they have a certain amount of debt at the end of every year, aren't they writing that debt off? Writing the debt off? So if they wrote that $500 debt off and Bay Area just picked it up, it's like them saying, hey, I just want a couple coins. Pay us, Bay Area. Verizon has nothing to do with it. They don't have a need for that money. Their books are zeroed out. So when that collection company is calling you, when Bay Area is saying, hi, Gwen, this is Lorie from the collection company, all calls are recorded for blah, blah, blah. They're asking you to accept your name. They're asking you to accept your name. Are you Gwen? No, this is Mickey Mouse. How can I help you? No, this is Mickey Mouse. Hang up the phone. Got it? If you validate that debt, it goes back on your credit report. It just stays there. People want to know, why did this debt come back on? Because you said your name was Gwen. And when they picked up the phone and they said, are you Gwen? Yep, that's me. What do you want? That debt stays alive. Now that debt stays alive because you just verified who you were. All right. So that $500 now, if you call back in December and I'm Gwen again. Yes. Well, Gwen, look, we've got this deal. We're able to take $300 off. Okay. Are you going to pay that? Gwen already got it removed off her credit report back in October. It's already off of Gwen's credit report in October. Do you follow what I'm saying? So does she need to handle? All right. Y'all get it, right? All right. So the collection companies, do they have to get paid? It's your debt. It's your responsibility. Yes. All right. But Verizon has already written your debt off. All right. Does anyone have any questions? Verizon has already written your debt off. All right, let's finish up the process. I think y'all got it. All right, y'all got me. I'm not going to go to jail over nothing, but I don't want to tell you don't pay your bills neither. I'm telling you the law is on your side. And if you've got these dispute letters to verify that the debt is not yours, call me. Call me if you have any questions. I promise you. I'm going to give you 15 minutes of my time and it's going to be the best information ever. All right. So let's get back to this process. So get excited. Whatever you have on here, let's say you have these 4 items. You're going to put these 4 items from your credit report, put them on here. If you need a second sheet of paper, keep it going. Keep it moving, right? And then here, I also included in here, please remove all non-account inquiries over 30 days old. Okay, put it all on there. And if you've got 15 items, then you keep going from number 5 all the way down the Word document, all of it. You're going to put everything in an envelope. You're going to print it out 3 times. You're going to print out a copy of your driver's license with your current address on it. And you're going to print out a copy of your Social Security number or pay stub or the first page of your tax return, something with your full Social Security number on it. So in this envelope, you're going to have your dispute letter, you're going to have your ID, and you're going to have proof of Social Security. Wrap it up, put it in an envelope, put a stamp on it, go to the mailbox and get excited and put that date. 30 days from that date is the day that you want to start checking your mail. Because if you already put the envelope in October 1st, you calendar, November 1st, check my mail for check results, for credit results. Get excited. That is the time that you want to start really paying attention. Open the mail 30 days later because you'll get the information from TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. They don't say their name on the outside of the envelope, so don't look for that. There's just a P.O. box. It's just a P.O. box. So open up all your mail. No avoidance here. Open up your mail and see. All right, cool. What did y'all do? Some things will be deleted, some things won't. Like I said, anything that wasn't deleted, just go back to your computer and repeat this process for the remaining items that weren't deleted. But don't forget to send in your ID, a copy of it, and a copy of your Social Security. If you need to get access to that, I gave you the Linktree link for those that want to take action on getting that done for themselves. I do it. I've done it. I still do it if I need to. My credit score is now 720. And the only reason why it's not where it needs to be because I was charging some stuff up. But when I want to make sure that I get the balance back in check, I pay down my credit card balance to bring it back up. If I need to start bringing in some more income, I'm not just relying on real estate. I'm not just relying on coaching. I'm not relying on $50 coming in here and there, but I have coaching programs. So you entrepreneurs, you have multiple streams of income. And if you don't, to handle the debt, we need to have a conversation so that we can figure out what else can we do to use your knowledge to put it to paper to make some extra money. Because if that bill is still sitting there and it's just paying down slowly, what if we can get that knocked out faster? What if we can get that knocked out faster? Does anyone need to see anything, or do they want to unmute themselves to ask any specific questions? Did I do it? Anybody who's going to the website for the very first time, you get 10% off. 10% off. 10% off of $50, so it helps. So here is the link. Once again, share this with your clients. You can use it for yourself. And just remember, when you are utilizing that, there's different services, of course, that I have, but what you want to focus on is start your credit repair process. Start your do-it-yourself process. $50 one time versus you paying thousands of dollars and you just don't know. And if you'd like to set up an appointment with me, my calendar is here at the bottom. Schedule an appointment so that we can strategize something special that you need to get done specifically. Because there's a lot of times that, you're hearing all this information, you might be distracted, or you're just not, ready to make a move right now. I'm here, schedule some time so that we can make sure that we got you the right thing that you need. Tomorrow, I'm having a discussion with another entrepreneur, if she's on the line. 6 ways. 6 ways. What is 6 ways why you're not making any money? That's the topic for tomorrow. That's the topic I'm just doing on IG Live. So if you want to join in on that one, you can certainly join in on that discussion over on IG Live. Okay. So I'm going to get back to here and see if there was any questions. We're good. We did good. All right. Well, you all make sure you get back to your community, share this information. If you have any questions about this, of course, I can certainly break it down a little bit more for you, but I'm glad you got to tune in. You've got everything that you need tonight in order to find out what it takes online. You've got every tip that I could share that you could do right now that you can start boosting your own credit score. All right. So make sure, if you need to also come and see what is going on in our Facebook community, make sure that you also come over to Linktree and you join the community right here where it says Unleash the Entrepreneur. This Facebook group right here is growing. And we'll be sharing more things in there on how they can build their own business. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. This is what the page looks like. If you are an entrepreneur or a real estate agent looking to get access, make sure that you come on over, get yourself in there, and I'll see you on the inside. All right. I'll see you guys later. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You got it. Hope you feel better.
Lorie, what do we click on your website?
Thank you, Lorie.
You're welcome.
Lorie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
What can we click on your website? Your screen wasn't showing when you were on the site.
I'm sorry. Let's get it back up so you can see. Oh. You're right. I wasn't. My mistake. All right. So here's the Facebook page here, Unleash the Entrepreneur. Now let me get over to the page here. So here's the Linktree link that you'll see. So you'll see all the different buttons. Okay.
Right.
So if you were looking for the do-it-yourself credit repair book, that's here. And if you needed to join the Facebook group, that's here. And if you need to schedule some time with me, a 15-minute or a 1-hour session for free, right here.
And what about to get the book,
Which one? The credit?
the credit book? Yeah,
That was the first thing I pointed out.
the
right
first
here.
link. Okay.
Start your do-it-yourself credit repair process.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot.
It's a lifetime tool that you definitely need. Even if you have a 700 credit score, look at the credit report anyway. There's something on there that could get you to a 740. You never know what's on there. So that's the reason why I put the button on there so that you can get your credit report for $1. Now, let me share something really quick about monthly monitoring, because some people get a little funny about that. Monthly monitoring. So step one is getting your credit report. Step one is getting your credit report. So you see on here, you got try 7 days for $1, then it's $27.99 a month. Now, here's one thing I want to make sure that you understand. You do not want to rely on Credit Karma or your bank to give you your stats on your credit. You need a reputable monitoring service so that when you need to get updates, you can really get it in real time. So I even have this. I looked at it, I'm like, $27.99. Do I really need to see my credit every month? Yes. Yeah, because you need to be on first defense. If someone pulls your credit, you need to know, oh, who the hell did it? Oh, okay, that was me. But you need to know, what if it wasn't you? And so they give you those alerts if something were to happen. So everything's being monitored with all the 3 bureaus. When I need an updated credit report, then I can at least go in there and see it in real time. Or I can order it if it's stale dated, but I can at least go in there. So after the 7 days, I would highly suggest that you keep that going so that you can have a real deal monitoring service. So Identity IQ is the service that I use. I'm sure there's others, of course, that you can use, but that is the one that I trust. I can read it, and I get a lot of benefits from them with keeping me updated with my scores. All right. If you want to look at your credit report, go to annualcreditreport.com. That's not going to give you the credit scores, but once a year, you can get that for free. Once a year. And the times that we live in, once a year is just not enough to check your report. You got to stay ahead of stuff, because if you're updating things, you need to see it. If somebody is tampering with your credit, you need to see that, rather than, well, damn, that happened back in March. I didn't even know it. You should have known that, because you should have had monitoring service, because you would have been firsthand to know that. Okay, so annual credit report is good. I use this Identity IQ. It's embedded in that link, so that when you're on that page, you can get it for $1. Okay, all stuff, no fluff. We did it again. We did it again. Next week's topic is going to be about social media content. Many of you call me about social media. I'm a writer. I love to write. I have content to share with you. So I want to make sure that your social media page, what kind of things can you do on a weekly basis to get your social media page up and popping? Because you got to make sure that people are watching you, they're engaged with you, and they're buying from you. And the only way to do that is to keep your social media page up to date. So that's going to be next Tuesday's talk, is about how to upgrade your social media content. Okay. You're welcome. Don't do anything online. No disputing online. Okay, Rodney? Do everything by paper so that everything is documented by section code.
I
Thank
did
you,
do
Lorie.
one online and it didn't come out right.
See, they think they're slick. You know, they do that just to pacify us like we're doing something, but honor your rights and let them know you know your rights. Yes, Latrice.
I was just saying thank you.
You're welcome, dear. You are very welcome. All right, so I'm out. I'm gonna go play with my dog. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow if you choose to tune into IG. And otherwise, I'll see you in the group, or I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Lori. I'm gonna reach out to you. Thank you.
Good deal. I've got the replay coming tomorrow, so you'll definitely get the replay of everything just in case you missed it. We covered a lot, but you will definitely have the replay tomorrow to keep forever and ever and ever. All right?
Okay, great. Thank you.
You got it. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Faye.
Good night, thanks.
Good night. You're welcome.